I'm going to talk about 5 reasons why motivation really just doesn't work. And, so some of you are going to watch this right now and start talking about, oh my God, how negative, I need to be motivated. And let me tell you a little bit about it. And, when I talk about this, I'm speaking from my own personal experience. And I'm speaking having worked with people for, over 16 years in helping them achieve their goals and dreams as well. So, this isn't stuff that I'm just kind of making up on the spot. I get asked a lot about like, are you a motivational speaker? And I get told, a lot about, things that I write, that I post, pictures or videos that I do, how motivational I am. And that's cool, right? I have no problem with that. That's great. But at the same time, if we're relying on motivation to kind of, be the thing that fuels us to achieve the goals and dreams we have in life, it's not going to work. And, I'd rather kind of address that right now and kind of burst the bubble than to go on, kind of keeping this illusion going that somehow, you need this motivation to achieve your goals. And there's a lot of people out there, experts out there, coaches out there who will tell you that, you need to want your goals bad enough. You're lazy, maybe you're unmotivated. You need to have a strong enough reason why. You need to just suck it up and do it. You need to have willpower and all this bullshit. And let me tell you, that shit does not work. And, it might temporarily increase your mood. It might temporarily fuel you with a little bit of motivation. But, if you've kind of done that stuff, been through that, heard that, read all about it, I'm sure you agree with me that motivation really doesn't last very long, and then it wears off, and then, we're kind of stuck again, struggling again, or we end up right back where we started at square one. And the thing is, like, we don't need motivation, and, some of the problems with motivation are, first, motivation does not deal with the real issue. Right? What is the real issue? The real issue isn't that we need motivation. It's not that we need like some secret answers to be, do, and have what we want. The real issue is that we have the answers inside of us. We really know what to do. I mean, anybody who needs to lose weight, they know that they need to change their exercise. They know that they need to change their diet. They know they need to drink more water, eat more fruits and vegetables, and all this other stuff, but that doesn't make them do it, right? People who have issues in their relationships, they know that they might need to communicate better. They know that they might need to get over their trust issues, or maybe even go to counseling or something. They know what they need to do, but it doesn't make them do it. So again, we've got the answers inside of us, but motivation isn't the thing that brings it out of us. So it's not dealing with the real issue. All it's doing is kind of pumping you up, making you feel better and making you feel like you want to go out and maybe run your head through a fucking brick wall. but it never lasts, right? It's very short-term and very temporary. When you have something that's only short-term and temporary, it really doesn't lead to transformation. And there's a big difference between change and transformation. Change is happening all the time, right? Day changes into night, night changes into day, right? We change all the time, but it doesn't always mean that we're changing in the direction we want to go, and the changes that we experience don't always last, right? That's the difference with change and transformation. We're looking for a long-term transformation, the changes that we can make that will last permanently, okay? So that's one of the issues with motivation. Another one is that it really, when you rely on motivation, it's not dealing with, it's kind of like I said, it's not dealing with the real issue, but there's also other things that it doesn't deal with. It doesn't deal with our level of conditioning, right? Basically how we've been programmed, right? What we've been programmed through our early influences, if it's like our role in society, who we think we are, what we're supposed to do, what's expected of us and all that kind of stuff. It doesn't deal with that. It doesn't deal with our current beliefs, right? If we have beliefs that go against what we want, so if you have a dream, if you have a goal that you say you want, but yet you have a belief that goes against that. So if I were to say that I wanted to be a millionaire, but if I have beliefs that say that money is evil and the more money you have, the more problems you have, that would conflict with my dream, right? And we can apply this to anything, whether it's money, whether it's relationships, whether it's fitness, whether it's, career stuff, whatever, right? We can apply it all across the board. So, motivation does not deal with that. Motivation does not deal with the habits that we've developed. And habits are kind of a wiring pattern that happens through the brain, right? Motivation doesn't help us to deal with when we feel overstressed. All of the issues that start to happen, the negative thoughts, feelings, and emotions that we go through, and those affect our behaviors. Those affect what we do. So, when you're relying on motivation, it really doesn't deal with any of that stuff, which is why, again, you can rely on motivation all you want, but it's just going to be a temporary kind of thing. Okay. So I'm going to get out of the bright sun here and kind of work my way into the dungeon a little bit here. And the other thing with motivation, okay, is that it doesn't deal with, or it doesn't give you clarity, okay? It doesn't give you the direction that you need. It doesn't give you strategy that you need, and it doesn't give you support that you need. When you have these things that you want to be, do, and have, it doesn't give you any of that stuff. And really, when it comes to achieving goals and realizing dreams and all this stuff, we need to have that. We need to have clarity. Right? Clarity helps us understand. With clarity, we have awareness, right? And again, awareness is what leads to choice. The less aware we are, the less choice we have. And the less choice we have, the less likely we are to achieve goals and dreams that we have, because goals and dreams are things that we've never done before. And in order to get to that level, right, we need a new level of awareness to get there, right? We need a new level of clarity, a new kind of understanding that helps us, take the steps that we need to get where we want to go. We need direction, okay? Because if we don't have direction, you don't know where the hell you're going, right? It's like the old, Alice in Wonderland, right? Where, Alice asked the cat, how to get somewhere or whatever, and the cat said, where are you going or something? She's like, I don't know. And he said, well, it doesn't matter because any road will get you there, right? That kind of thing. So we need direction. We need strategy, right? So that we're focusing ourselves in the right direction, and we need support as well, right? It's tough going through, everything alone. It's tough when you get stuck in your own head with your own thoughts, right? It's important to have kind of a support team around you that can kind of lend you, their perspective as well, right? Or, help guide you and support you in your journey, right? So, it's that's all the stuff with motivation here. So motivation, doesn't last. Talked about that. It's very temporary. It doesn't address the real issue that's going on. It just kind of pumps you up with a bunch of feel-good stuff, stuff to make you feel good for a little bit of time before it ultimately wears off, which leads to the first point. It doesn't address the real issues that are holding you back from being, doing, and having what you want. So we talked about conditioning, talked about beliefs, talked about stress, being pushed over your stress threshold, particularly where we get stuck in this kind of reactive mode where we're reacting to everything around us rather than being proactive and be able to create what we want. There's a lack of awareness that happens in there, and then the habits and the kind of the wiring of the brain that happens, and also that it doesn't give you clarity. It doesn't give you direction. It doesn't give you strategy. It doesn't give you support, right? So these are the big things with motivation, and really why, anybody who tells you that, you need to be motivated, you need to set bigger goals, you need to have a bigger reason why, you need to stop being lazy, you need to have more willpower, you need to just suck it up and be like fucking Nike and just do it, run away, because that's fucking bullshit. That is a bunch of bullshit that never lasts, and if it works at all, it doesn't work very long. Anybody who tells you that, run. You need to get to the real issues that are keeping you from doing the things that you already know you need to do. It's not about needing some secret answers. It's about uncovering the answers that are already within you and finding the solutions, your own solutions, rather than depending on somebody else to try and give you their solutions. Their solutions might work really good for them, but it doesn't mean that they're the right solutions for you. So finding your own solutions and having, somebody there or just being able to access that yourself so that you can find what works for you and you don't have to rely on motivation to get you there. All right, so that's my deal for today. Hopefully that helped you in some way, and gonna head off for the weekend now and enjoy the rest of the day. So I hope you do the same, and in the meantime, have faith, follow your heart, and trust yourself. You know the answers. You know what to do. It's all inside of you. You just need to be able to access it. All right, have a great weekend. Take care, and I'll see you next time.